Now, our first guest this morning represents a brand that's been recognized as a leader in the health and wellness industry. In fact, they've been recognized as #1 in vitamin and dietary supplement brand category here in the Philippines by Euromonitor for a 5th time. We're glad David Mulham of Usana Health Sciences can join us live in the studio today. David, welcome to Market Edge. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's lovely to meet you. Yeah.
All right. So, David, what brings you to Manila? Why are you here?
Well, we're celebrating 15 years of being in Manila or in the Philippines, and so over this past weekend, we've had a series of gatherings with our staff and with our associates and even with our customers, and just celebrating our 15 years here. It's been great.
Wow, 15 years. So why don't you tell us how big is the Philippine market for Usana Health Sciences when it comes to product distribution and when it comes to associates? Because you're very big on direct selling.
We're a big direct selling company, and again, we're proud of our #1 position in the marketplace. You know, we're in 26 markets around the world, and Philippines is in our top 6, and so we're very proud of that. I think starting from from scratch really 15 years ago to where we are today, I think probably we're in Cebu and we're in Davao and we're in Makati, and we're stretched across the country. 15,000 associates and representatives of our business in different ranges, and a huge consumer base. And so we've had a very solid impact over the year and over the years, and consistently bringing great product and great health solutions to the country, which we're very proud of.
Top 6 market in 15 years. What are your expansion and growth plans here? You have got over 15,000 associates, different ranks.
Yeah.
Are you growing the pie? Are you growing?
Absolutely. In fact, it was interesting. Yesterday we had an event where we were recognizing some of our newest entrepreneurs, those that are coming through. I think the youngest was probably 23, and the eldest was, I'm 63, so I was probably the eldest in the room, but there was a group of, just such diversity, and whether they're a homemaker with a husband and wife, there were 2 CPAs in the room. So there are lots of varying people who are attracted to what the Usana story is all about.
So what is the Usana story all about?
Well, it started, nearly 35 years ago. We've been around a long time. It's so funny because someone said to me, "Oh, you're 15 years old. You're quite an old company." And for me, that's quite young. But there aren't a lot of businesses that, as you know, that last 15 years. And so we're very proud of our heritage, where we came from, Dr. Myron Wentz. And again, one of the things that really stands out for us is our founder wasn't a business person. He's a microbiologist. And so he started with that view of, how can I create a healthier world? How can I make a contribution? His background was actually in diagnostics. He had a company called Gull Laboratories, but then moved into that area of pre-disease, of pre-ill health, of nutrition. And so we've kept that going year after year. And I think probably, again, that's really where the story started and continues to this day. Our vision of creating the healthiest family on earth is the same today as it was 32 years ago.
You did say earlier that you're now in 26 markets. I know your 25th was India, which you just launched.
Yeah.
What's the 26th?
Well, India was the 26th.
Oh, India was the 26th.
Yeah. So we just opened that. And that's been,
I imagine you're banking very much on India. It's a very big market.
India is a great market. It's, again, every market is so different. Even though we take our culture and we take it into the country, it's Usana India. Just like here, it's quite different. Usana Philippines has its own characteristics. It has it's very Filipino, and in India it's going to be very Indian. Again, it's an exciting opportunity, but we don't go in with a finish date. We go in with a start date, and that's it. And so we're not in a race. We're on this life's journey to create change and opportunity within each of the countries we go to. So I'm heading to India in a couple of weeks, looking forward to going again. And I was involved in the startup here all of those years ago, and so I've been coming to the Philippines a lot over the years, and it's been my second home. And I'm just looking at what we're doing in India and seeing the enthusiasm around opportunity, and I see today where people have come from, and I get excited about that people can have that opportunity and then move to a new level in their health and in the way that they have their family developing. It's a really nice outcome for us.
So you did say, it's very Filipino here, it's very Indian there.
Yeah.
Going back to the Philippine market, we are right now a big market for your products, where you distribute your products.
Yeah.
Are you looking at eventually doing R&D, maybe even manufacturing here in Manila? We're trying to develop, eco-pharmaceutical health zones here.
So we're open for wherever the best opportunity is for us to do whatever part of the business is that we want to do. And so in some countries, India is a good example, it's better for us to manufacture there. And we fully manufacture in India. And equally, we're always open to whatever it is that we can do that's for the betterment of the business. Particularly for that market, we'll look at doing that. But quality always for us at a product level and in terms of technology is paramount. And so again, delivering that is our priority. And if we can find that here in the Philippines, then we'll certainly integrate that into the business.
That's still a big if.
That's still a big if, but it's early days, right?
Mm-hmm. All right.
Early days.
I wanted to go over what you think of the macro environment and your business model, how you're doing, because in the fiscal year 2023, I was going over your numbers.
Yeah.
Net sales were actually down 8%.
Yeah.
It's down 8%, but it actually beat the guidance ranges that you gave.
Yeah, really good.
And I saw on commentary, one of the executives said, we encountered challenging economic conditions in many of our markets in 2023, and we anticipate 2024 will continue to be challenging.
Yeah.
What about this environment is challenging for you? Or do you think that this is the kind of environment that actually attracts people to your business model?
Yeah, I do. I think it does attract people to the business model. I think we're seeing Korea is another great market for us and has been consecutive growth, but the economic climate in Korea, of course, is got some downward pressure, and we're seeing some softening there. But at the same time, we're seeing it attract, as we did here over this last week, attracting a number of people into an environment where people are looking to bolster their economic environment at home, and also try to work with those people to develop their businesses.
Mm-hmm. So what's the outlook for 2024, you think? At least for the Philippines.
Yeah, I think the outlook for the Philippines is very strong, and we're seeing the trend line starting to tick back up. I think COVID created a really interesting environment. I've seen you talk about that on your program. And e-commerce, it elevated e-commerce into a whole variety of areas. So we see a lot of new entrants coming into the marketplace. But I think our consistency, no business goes like that, right? Well, very few go like that. And we have that wavering. I think in the Philippines, we're seeing a very strong start to the year, and we have very strong expectations for the end as well.
Let's take a look at some of the concrete measures that you're implementing to lift the numbers for whatever market, including the Philippines. This is based on your report, increased engagement with associates.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does that mean better incentives, better perks?
I think better.
Higher commissions?
I think we've got a really good commission program. I think one of the things that we were doing out of COVID is should we talk to our consumers? Shall we talk brand to the marketplace? How do we work with our associates? And our priority is always got to be at our business partners, and that's where our focus, and that's what that means when we're talking about staying on track with our associates and our business partners. We want to elevate that, make sure we're communicating frequently well with them. Obviously, product is a core part of what we do. And so in the coming years, in the short to medium term, we're going to see some really exciting things, without giving anything away, some exciting areas around product development.
You actually stole my next question.
Okay.
How does your product innovation and development pipeline look like?
It looks really good. And so as a public company, and also we like to keep things a surprise. I don't want to give too much away. In fact, we've just gone through this whole redevelopment of our product development teams. We really have 4 product groupings. We have nutritionals, we have skincare, and we have foods, but we also have the product of opportunity. And so very much focused in supporting our associates in those 4 categories, making sure we have the right products, the right tools, and the right story. As a 32-year-old direct selling company, we've got some great stories to tell, and we've got some successful stories. I don't think we overburden our business environment with too much story, but but I think there's the right measure that we can get, and I know that we're going to be delivering that.
So you're not going to tell us what's in the pipeline?
I'm not going to tell you what's in the product pipeline, but we've got an event. We've got 8,000 people coming to Malaysia in a couple of weeks, our Asia Pacific convention. We've got a very large event in the United States towards the end of the year, and so we've got product launches coming for those.
But what's
as well.
the trend these days? When you look at what your customers want, what are they telling you? Is it anti-aging? Is it all about the next virus that comes?
Well, I think immunity is obviously, since COVID, is a top of mind for a lot of people. Immunity is really important. So immune health is a big focus for us. Everyone wants anti-aging, right? I think primarily, though, people want quality health for their family. And I see you're about to add another member. I mean, I'm a father of 6 children and 3 grandchildren. And so what I want to be able to deliver to them, and I think it's consistent around the world with the people we speak with, whether it's our associates or our customers, they're looking for products that can really fill the gap in the health environment in their home. Some people have great nutrition in their home. From the foods they eat, there's still a gap. Others not so good, and of course the things around things that people consume, whether it's in pollution, whether it's the things they drink, they eat. Some people still smoke. There are all of those things that are impacting people's health, and so we're looking to fill that. Anti-aging is of course a big thing that everyone is hoping for, and so we're working in that space as well. We launched a beautiful collagen product last night, which of course is great for skin, hair, and nails, and I've been taking that a while.
Do you think that competition has become tougher?
I think the competition has become broader. I don't know if it's become tougher. I think there are a lot more players. I think there are some that are in it for a quick fix, and they come in and they'll tell a big story. And so I've always said to people who ask about which vitamins to take, obviously I want them to take ours, but as long as they're taking something that's proven, that's had consistency of performance and been recognized for that consistency of performance. And so I think the competition has become broader certainly because of the digital framework.
Do you have a number for your market share currently?
Do I have a number for
the brand's market share?
Oh, it changes from country to country. In some countries, we have a very small market share. And
on average?
Look, I think probably we sit within the 5 to 10% range, and so depending on the marketplace.
Is that big? Is 5 to 10% market share big, considering how broad competition has become?
I think it's relative to us. We're happy with it. We're happy.
Right.
We don't want to be the biggest. It'd be nice to be the biggest, but I think the journey is really about being best at what we do. I think as long as you're focused on that, the big numbers start to come in time.
Acquisition opportunities. Has the company been active in the M&A space?
We have been very active. We're always looking. We have a group actually that focuses in on that. We've acquired a couple of companies recently. One which is Ula, which is a personal development, and now having some nutrition products that we manufacture for them. And so that's been a great addition. It's based in the US. Another one is the Rise company, which is a bar company. We're doing some work with that. And so we've got a lot of optics. We've always got quite a few that we're reviewing. We see that as a great opportunity to either bring expertise in or expand opportunities through some other channels. Our primary channel, though, is always going to be direct selling. We're a direct selling company. That's where our commitment is. That's what we're focused on. And so when you hear us talk about our associate first strategy, we're asking about bolstering the associate relationship. That's the primary priority for us. And we know if we get that right, the whole idea of it, and the reason Dr. Wentz wanted to go through a direct selling channel, is our products have a story to be told. And so better to be told by someone that you know and that you trust, who's had the experience with the product. And we know that if we get that happening in the marketplace, then we create this organic growth. Again, we're not in a race. We're here for the very long term and build on that within each country. So market share for us, and I think depending on the category, whether it's direct selling or whether it's in the whole nutritional space, it's more about our influence within that country and in that environment, which we have the True Health Foundation, which the Usana Foundation, which we've done a lot of work in the Philippines with, and that's another extension of really our story as well. So lots of things for us to do here as we celebrate 15 years.
15 years. You are also a listed company.
Yeah.
In the U.S. So here's one question. I was reading over some analyst reports, notes on Usana, and there was an observation that there are more insider sellers than there are insider buyers for your stocks. Not exactly the most encouraging.
Right.
What do you have a comment on that?
Do you know what? If I was in part of that team, I probably would be able to answer that for you. I mean, my focus is primarily is in the outbound world of what we do with our associates around the world.
All right,
and
fair
so,
enough.
no, I'd rather leave that for someone another day to comment on it.
All right, fair enough. David, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your story here. 15,000 Filipinos involved in your business model. Thank you very much for joining us.
It's really lovely to meet you. Thank you.
All right.